For the next few minutes, I just want to raise something to consider regarding projects, right? So what you might say. Well, curious enough, I've written on the board here, projects with a capital P and projects with a lowercase p. Okay. Now, my preference a lot of the time is to talk about change initiatives, because there are changes that go on operationally. So we have operational changes, operational change, and we also have what we call project change. Now, the capital P point, the project, from my perspective, is we use projects in the serious positive form because there is serious governance around them. So when it comes to projects, one of the key things here is the governance in place, right? The governance rigor. And one of the other considerations is we take it offline, if you like, offline in its own environment to develop the project. And why might you want to do this? Well, certainly governance, because we want to make sure what we're delivering is going to be what the business actually wants, and it gets built right, for one thing, and it still fits within their overall strategic appreciation of that particular initiative. Right? The second thing is we build an own environment because we don't want the damn thing to break the operational environment, do we, in most cases? You know, you do blue sky stuff, something that's never ever done before, stuff like this. So we want to run proof of concepts and trials and tests to make sure that, I don't mean trial and error, I mean trials in the sense of pilots, etc., to make sure it's working. So in projects capital P, we run them in their own environment. Now, when it comes to lowercase projects or operational, so here we have the projects here, and here we have operational here. Because here we can run projects with a lower p, where we tend to run changes where we're ongoing, they're less impact, and therefore less rigor. So less rigor here, because most of the time the business probably don't need to get involved, or sometimes don't want to get involved, which is not the most cleverest of ideas. Less rigor, and we run it in the operational environment, in operations, for instance, or BAU, as we affectionately call it, business as usual, because most of the time we're just making minor changes, sometimes reasonable changes that aren't going to be, or hopefully, impacting on operations so they can carry on working. Because if we think that something's going to break the operations where we earn the bread and butter, we don't want to do it here, so we'll do it over here. Right? And that's just a sort of a general interpretation. And we use different approaches like Scrum and Lean, etc., to support these type of changes, where over here we'll use something with more rigor in it, like Prince2 and Agile PM, are the two key methodologies here with the governance rigor in place, right, as a general view of things. Okay. So hence, I use the term change initiatives because there are changes going on in both environments. Right? So it's just something to consider as a way of looking at things. Maybe a little bit pedantic, but it helps us separate one from the other, and I think it's very important. So let me know what you think. If there are other topics you can follow up on this, and other ones you want to have sort of food for thought of, this is what these are about. So let me know what you think.